Hi everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. So today's video is gonna be a little bit different to what I usually do. I usually do vlogs, so kind of like a daily happenings, so you know, my daily life. That's what I usually do. If you do like that, please don't forget to subscribe. Anyway, today I thought I would do a bit of a different video because the twins are 7.5, nearly 8 months old. Imagine that. The time flies. The time flies big time. But that's why I thought I would do a video on newborn essentials for twins. When I first found out I was pregnant with twins, I went to the woman like, "You joking, right?" And she was like, "No." When I first found out I was pregnant with twins, I thought I would have to buy two of everything, but I was wrong. I actually didn't, and I'm glad I didn't, because I wouldn't use the other of some things anyway. So basically what I've done here, I put all the items into a few different categories, so it's kind of easier for you to make a list as well. It is literally just essentials and maybe a couple of things that are extra that you don't have to have, but I do find that they are very, very helpful. And I will note that as well. I will tell you what's super essential and what's not. I'm gonna go through the list. It's on my phone. Oh, my torch on. If you can hear Miss Rachel on the telly or the babies, please ignore it. Miss Rachel is the only thing that will keep them quiet for the next 10-15 minutes while I record this. Thank you for your understanding. We're gonna start with feeding. If you bottle feed, or if you are planning to bottle feed your twins, like me, I never breastfed. Jack! Yeah, so I never breastfed. I never felt comfortable with the idea of breastfeeding, so I always bottle fed all my kids, twins and Freya, which is nearly 4 years old. And that is literally my first bottles. Again, we tried 3 different teats at the hospital. Ones that are like mum bottles, tummy tippy bottles, and some like cheapy bottles that you can get them from pawn shop. The best they were doing with are the mum bottles, which I've got. When I had the tummy tippy bottles with Freya, the milk, what was it? Why did I not like it? It's either because the milk was kind of frothing. Oh yeah, the tummy tippy teats, where she was drinking, they would suck in, and that would make her not be able to drink milk. So that's why I said no more tummy tippy. And I went with the mum bottles because they were nice looking and they had loads of good reviews. Another bottles I was recommended as well were Dr. Brown, but apparently there's so much to wash, and I was like, I hate washing up as it is. So feeding pillow for twins. So if you're breastfeeding, I would find a different video, because I never breastfed and I have no idea about it. And I think there's special like feeding pillows for breastfeeding as well, or you can probably use same pillow maybe, I don't know. But the pillow I use, I'm gonna show you the picture here because they're laying on it right now, is this one. So you can get that one that is called, I think, Twin Z or Twin Z or whatever, something like that. It might be an American version, actually, thinking about it, but you can get a cheaper one, much cheaper one, a little bit flatter than them ones, because from what I saw, the twin Z or Z are very thick, where the one I got is kind of not completely flat, but it's much thinner and still working great. It's literally life-saving, because if your partner goes back to work, if you're a single mom, you will find it very difficult to feed both babies at the same time. Firstly, when I got it, I was kind of afraid to use it because I didn't want them to choke, and it never happened. They never choked. Now, obviously, when it comes to feeding, you're gonna need either bibs or feeding muslins, like cloths, feeding cloths, feeding muslins, something like that. I used to have both. You will need that, otherwise you would have to change them every feed, literally, and you don't want that to happen. Milk. So if you're breastfeeding, obviously the baby is gonna be getting your milk. But if you decide to formula feed your babies, then you need to find the best milk for you. I used to use Aptamil with Freya. Then she developed dairy allergy when she was about 1. So we went with Kendamil for the twins instead of the soy milk, because Rob wasn't keen on that. So we went with Kendamil, and I feel like it was a good choice, but they both are milk intolerant. So when you're choosing your milk, do not buy loads, because your baby might be not agreeing with the milk, or they might be dairy intolerant, and then you will have to choose a different milk, like what SMA soy, or you will be prescribed a special milk from the doctor. So do not stock up on milk. Bottle prep machine. Bottle prep machine. Oh my god, this is a lifesaver, and I mean it when I say that. Obviously, like everything that you use for your baby, you have to clean it regularly. So I clean it about once or twice a week. I think I used to clean it when I was changing the filters, which would be every couple of months or something, and it wouldn't get dirty. It was very clean. I used to check it all the time, and recently it started getting dirty because they're drinking more bottles within the 24 hours, you know, using more water, filtering more water and stuff like that. So I do clean it once a week now, just to be on the safe side. But yeah, it is amazing, and if you have any doubts, just get it, because it will save you loads of nerves, loads of screaming, waking neighbours up, waking your other kids up. It's literally just life-saving. So please go to the shop and get it. Save yourself all the stress, travelling and being on the move. So first of all, as you could probably guess, is a baggie. You're gonna need a double baggie, not just a single baggie. I don't go out with just one baby, like, ever. It's just not happening. Never happened. I've got Cybex Gazelle. Gazelle? Is that how you say it? Gazelle? Don't know, but yeah, it's called Cybex Gazelle S. It's a twin baggie. You can make it a single baggie, but then you buy another chair or another carry cot. You move like this little round thing, you move it up, and you put both chairs or carry cots in. It's simple to push. It's literally a lovely, lovely, lovely baggie. When you're thinking about getting a baggie and you're thinking about the one that is like side by side, think if it's gonna go through your front door. Because if I got side by side one, it wouldn't. I barely get in with my baggie through my door. My door is quite narrow, I'd say, so you know, you're gonna need car seats. So car seats are very important when you live in a hospital and when you are traveling in your car. We don't drive, but we still had to get a couple of car seats to leave the hospital to put them in a cab. Next category, it's basically about 4 categories all in one, because it kind of all linked together, if it makes sense. So it is bath, sleep, clothes and changing. So when your babies are born, you're gonna need 3 different sizes of sleep suits, baby grows and all that kind of stuff, because you never know how much your baby is gonna weigh and how big they're gonna be. So my babies were in premature and they were in tiny baby. Then obviously size up, I believe, is newborn or 0 to 3. Some babies, twins, are born about 7 pounds, some are 6 pounds, some are 3 or 2 pounds, so you never know. With my babies, firstly they were in NICU, so they didn't need any clothes, and then when I started getting them dressed and everything, they were in tiny baby, like I already mentioned, because they were born for 7 and for 15 pounds. Jack was the bigger one, Erin is the 4'7" baby. Sleep suits and baby grows are all you need. It's just an essential. Also, all your baby sleep suits need to have built-in mittens, because all the mittens that you buy separate, they just fall off because they little wrists are gonna be very, very tiny, so they're gonna probably fall off. Nappies. I've seen a lot of people raving about Pampers. I had Pampers once and they were terrible. They are quite expensive and just horrible. My favourite ones, if you're from the UK you're gonna know, are Asda's ones or Aldi's. They're very good as well. Tesco's, hated it. Pampers, hated it. You're gonna need loads of nappies. And firstly they were in nappy size 0, then they went on to number 1, but they were in size 0 for quite a while because they were so small. Baby wipes or cotton wool bowls, both can be used on newborn skin. Some people would rather use warm water and cotton wool, some people will go with wipes. Changing mat. You're gonna need just 1 changing mat. Hold on. Yeah, you're gonna need just 1 changing mat. You're not gonna change 2 babies at the same time. It's literally physically impossible and you're not gonna do that. So just, if you're on the go, get yourself what are called changing backpack.